Alright, so good morning, Kayani. Are you sure? Really? Okay, let's try it differently. Good morning, Team Legacy! 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 That's how you say good morning. Thank you very much. So, I have a very special topic today, and that is mindset leading to motivation. You know, what is motivation in all of us? And that's kind of ironic because I don't really believe that motivation exists. I don't think motivation is a real thing. I think motivation is an excuse for mediocrity. An excuse to be average, to be just simple. I hear this every now and then, Serge, I wish I could be successful and if only I could be more motivated. And hey, I could be there if only I would be more motivated. And that is just a blatant excuse. You know, what should motivate us? Fear. Fear of being average. Fear of someday waking up, realizing that you have wasted a big amount of that one and only precious life of yours, looking back and knowing that you could have done more, you could have been better, you could have been further than where you are right now today. Now, I want to make a quick test here in this audience. So all of you have been with Kayani for at least a couple of days, a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, some even a couple of years. If you believe that with the time that you have been with Kayani, that you could have been a diamond by today, with the time that you have been with Kayani, but you are not a diamond yet, please quickly stand up. If you're not a diamond yet, but you believe that you could be a diamond with the time that you've been here, please stand up. And please stay standing for a few seconds. Why? Why? Why aren't you a diamond yet? I want you all to think of one single reason, one word to describe why you aren't a diamond yet, even though you could have been. One word. Can I have some examples? What would be your one word why you're not a diamond yet? Focus. You're missing focus. That's great. Maybe another example. Why aren't you a diamond yet? You have one word to describe it. Motivation. Great, okay. It's almost like you trained it. What about you there, Miss? What is your one word to describe why you're not a diamond yet? Motivation, okay. So there's a couple things that I keep hearing over and over again. And one thing that I like to hear, because it's easy to prove, let me get over to the other side, is time. You know, I don't have enough time. If only I would have more time, if only I could use more of my resources to invest into my business, then I would have been a diamond by now, I promise. I would be more successful, not just in this business, but in life in general. And you know what? The billionaire and the beggar both have 24 hours every day. A billionaire, the average person, and the beggar have the same amount of time. So why does a billionaire have such valuable time compared to the average person? Why does the average person have such valuable time compared to the beggar? It's because the billionaire gives his own time more value. He decided that his time is worth a lot more than other people's time. And guess what? It's all our own decisions, how valuable each and every of our hours should be. Now I want to make maybe just a representation of how important that can be. Let's say your goal will be, you want to become $1 million monthly earner, right? You want to have a 7-figure income every single month. To do that, with a 40-hour-a-week effort, you would have to earn $6,250 US every single hour. So over 6,000 per hour. Now this will insult a couple of people, but in your current job, which you're working right now, you're working 40 hours, do you make $6,000 per hour yet? No? You know, that's okay, that's fine. Do you have the potential to at some point in your current job make $6,000 an hour? Still no? Then I'm really sorry, but you are wasting your time if your goal is to become $1 million monthly earner. That is not where you want to be. Value your time at what you want to become. You want to watch an hour of Netflix? That's fine. Are you willing to pay $6,000 to watch an hour of Netflix? No? then you have no business watching Netflix until you have reached your goal. Absolutely no business whatsoever. You're tired and you hit the snooze button, you're going to sleep 2 more hours. That's going to cost you $12,000. Are you ready for that? No? Then you better wake up. You better get going, you better start working on your goals and your dreams, because that's going to be expensive if you want to ever reach your goals in life. So that's very, very important. Now, a great example is this young guy here. And I want to compare myself to this guy, and I'm going to tell you in a minute who this is. In my teenage years, between 12 and maybe 19, I played a lot of video games. I played a lot of computer games. I calculated an estimate, 5,000 hours playing video games. That's not a joke. I spent 5,000 hours playing games. If I would have valued every single one of those hours at $6,000, that would be just over 31 million US dollars. I could have been a multimillionaire by the age of 19. And some people say, well, that's absurd. Which 19-year-old is going to value his time that much? Which 19-year-old makes that much money per hour? Well, this young guy here is called Blake Ross. He's the co-creator of Mozilla Firefox, right, the browser that a lot of us use. And between the age of, I think that was 15 to 23, he made a combined income of 96 million US dollars. Yeah. And guess what? That is pretty much $6,000 every hour, if you would calculate it in a 40-hour work week. So he had the same chances I did. He used his time a lot more than I have used my time. And I'm going to stop with that right now, and so should all of us right now. So this is a great example of what we could have done with time. And instead of focusing on the past, let's focus on the future. Because a lot of you stood up. You could have been diamond today. Some of you that are already diamond could have been blue diamond, me included, or green diamond, or further, but we didn't. We could have. But again, we're not going to focus on the past and things that we cannot change anyway. We're going to focus on what we start doing today, what we need to do from this day forth to start achieving our goals, to start going where we want to be, where we need to be. Because regret is one of the worst feelings a human being can feel. Knowing that you could have done more, knowing that you could have been at a certain place in life, but you aren't because you just didn't do it. Not because of any outside influence, but because you yourself decided that you just didn't want to do it. So, how about this? A lot of you had a couple of reasons. Motivation was a couple of things, or focus. Time is something I hear a lot. So, what about in the next 6 months, you motivate yourself more, you get more focused, you invest more time, you talk to more people, go to more events, speak at more presentations. And therefore, I will guarantee that in 6 months, in October, at the convention, you'll be standing here as a diamond. In 6 months, I guarantee it to you. Would you do it? Yes. Yeah? You would invest more time, you would be more motivated? Hold on now. How about if I don't guarantee it? If I don't guarantee that you will become a diamond, but I can show you that others have become with the same way, but I will not guarantee it, it's up to you, will you still do it? Yes. Then let's start going right now. Right? Today is the first day of the rest of our lives, so we should start treating it that way. We should start aiming for those 6 months because you know that you can do it. I know that you can do it, so there's no reason why we shouldn't start right now. So, I want to give you a story of mine. It's a very intimate, very personal story, and I promise myself that the day that I become diamond, I will share this story with as many people as possible. Because I believe that this point in my life can give a lot of you people more motivation, a better mindset, and help you become more successful. About 2 years ago, and I haven't told this story to anybody so far, by the way, this is very personal. You are my family, after all, my Kayani family. So, about 2 years ago, I was working with another company, and I was working really hard. I was working insanely hard, but I wasn't working very smart. So I was driving to a lot of events, a lot of meetings, doing a lot of things, but I was struggling with success, I was struggling financially. So one night, one particular dark and cold night in Switzerland, I was driving home after a long day of meetings, and I was demotivated. I was pretty low when it comes to self-motivation. I didn't have such an amazing company, such an amazing family here. So I was driving on the highway and noticed that my car was running out of fuel. Right, as I had to go and stop at a gas station. And it was 2 a.m. So gas stations are usually closed, but thankfully in Switzerland we have self-serving gas stations. So I found a gas station, I stopped, I got out, I inserted my credit card, tried to pump gas, and then suddenly nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. So I realized I'm broke. My credit card was declined, I didn't have money to pump gas. So I reached into my pocket and I found this here. These are 10 Swiss francs. That's about 9 euros or 10 US dollars. So I picked this out of my pocket and I realized, okay, I think this can get me home. This thing here can get me home so I can get to my bed, I can sleep, I can eat. This is what I need. So I inserted those 10 francs into the machine and I started pumping gas, and then again, nothing happened. Except a receipt came out of the machine for my 10 francs. A receipt coming out that was worth 10 francs, but I couldn't do anything with that. And in that second, that moment of my pretty low phase in life, I realized that I messed up. I was in the middle of nowhere, I was alone, I was tired, I was exhausted. I felt like I failed at that moment. I didn't know what to do, I was helpless. So I did what I could. I sat down on the cold, wet floor, and I did what I managed to avoid for years, which I tried to avoid for years. So I cried. I sat there and I just cried. Because I didn't know what to do else. And that was a moment that I wish I will never go back to, but I'm grateful for it. I'm thankful that it happened to my life, because I believe that you need a low point in life, you need a low phase to really appreciate the good phases. You need to appreciate what can happen in life, how hard you can work towards something. So this might sound very mean, but I hope that all of you at least had one of those phases before, or will go to one as soon as possible so that you have it in your past as quickly as possible. And now I would like to make another example. So every diamond or above in this room, including all corporate members, could you please stand up for a few seconds? All diamonds and above, and everybody in corporate, please stand up. Okay, a huge applause for these gentlemen, by the way, men and women. So, if you've ever had such a moment in life, if you've ever had this low moment where you wanted to give up, you're feeling hopeless, you're down, you wanted to give up not just on your dreams, but on your life in general, please sit down right now. If you've ever felt that low moment, please sit down, otherwise stand up. That was an amazing example. Thank you very much for sitting down, even if not all of you did it. But you can see that all these women and men here have had that low moment. So if you're in one of those low moments, or you've had one, look up, because life can get better. Oh, the video? So I want you to know that if you've experienced such a low moment, if you've been through one of those phases, or you are in one of those phases right now, be grateful, be thankful, look up, because you just need to know that your life can change drastically in just the next couple of months. That your life can become better if you are willing to invest the time, if you are willing to invest the energy, the motivation, the dedication to change, then your life can change immensely in just a couple of months. You owe yourself to form a future that you can be proud of. You're dedicated, you're obliged to form a future that you can look back to and say, I've done whatever it takes, I'm satisfied where I am, I'm happy, and I did it for a reason. The most successful people in this world don't have better timing, they're not more skilled, they don't have more luck, it's not fate. What they have is an unkillable, undividable mindset. They know where they want to go, and they know what they're willing to do to get there. They're willing to do whatever it takes to get through their goal, and they will start working effortlessly to get there. And all of us can reach exactly that. You can never look back and say that you haven't done whatever needed to be done. have to start working harder and harder at your future. So right now is a moment where you can start building up. Right now is a moment where you can start motivating yourself, working harder towards your future. Because right now is a day that starts for you, where you can start working harder and build up the future that you really wanted. Today is a day for yourself where you can make a decision to change the rest of your life. And a few years from now, you can think at this day and remember that this is where it all started. That this is what happened, that this is where it came into your life right now. So just remember that the greatest people in life, they just have this one difference, and this one difference is something that we can all take into account. Every one of us can start building us up. And it doesn't matter where you are right now. It doesn't matter what kind of past you had. Like Anthony Robbins always says, your past does not equal your future. Your past does not equal your future. So, it doesn't matter where in life. If you want something you've never had before, you're gonna have to be willing to do something you've never done before. And just know that you can and you will win. My name is Serge, and I live Kayana. Thank you.